Cuomo's crisis. That's where we begin tonight. One of New York Governor Andrew Cuomo's many accusers has filed a criminal complaint against the disgraced governor. The unidentified victim alleges that Covid-Cuomo groped her in his home office. This comes on the heels of many Democrats calling for Cuomo's resignation. That story is bad, but that isn't the real story. Joining me now to weigh in is New York State Assembly Republican leader Will Barkley, New Jersey State Assemblywoman Deanne DeFucci, and New Jersey State Assemblyman Robert Auth. Welcome to you all. There's a reason why you all are here. Representative Barkley, we'll start with you first. Cuomo's attack on women that were detailed in that independent investigation, it's slimy, it's disgusting, makes one's skin crawl, I know. But it is my belief the reason why elites in the Democrat Socialist Party, and thus the press, are cranking up the pressure on Cuomo to just go away is because the investigation into his order to put China virus patients into nursing homes, then cover up the death toll, is so damaging. The political fallout will not be contained to New York. What do you say?
Well, I think that's part of it. Certainly the 11 accusers of Governor Cuomo and the Attorney General's report is very damning of the governor. And, I've said all along he ought to resign. In fact, I thought he ought to resign before that AG report came out. But whether he resigns because of the COVID, his mishandling of the COVID, whether it's because of sexual harassment, whether it's because he may have used government employees to help write his book on leadership during the height of the COVID pandemic, it doesn't really make a difference to New Yorkers. I think the fact is we need to get him out of office. New York already has a myriad of problems. And the fact that the guy on top, the highest elected office in New York has all these scandals swirling about him, I think this makes it very difficult to govern New York. And we do have a lot of issues that need to be addressed.
Representative Fuccio, your state's governor, Phil Murphy, the man who claims the Constitution is above his pay grade, gave a similar order with COVID patients into nursing homes. If Cuomo is still in office when that investigation comes back, what do you think it would mean for Murphy?
At this point, I feel that Governor Cuomo should, he really should resign. He should follow his own advice, as I understand it, when 2 assemblymen in New York had sexual harassment allegations against them. He said that he felt they should resign. So, it's a standard he set, and I think he should follow it for himself.
Yeah, and well, let me just pick this up with Representative Auth then. Mr. Auth, can you comment on Governor Murphy, who made, again, a similar order into nursing homes for COVID patients, but expand our conversation to include Governors Whitmer of Michigan and Wolf of Pennsylvania? Couldn't they be on the hook if Cuomo was still in office when the nursing home numbers investigation implicates Cuomo?
Well, I think this is a godsend for those other governors because, quite frankly, Governor Murphy did exactly the same thing. I think, as a matter of fact, he waited to see what Governor Cuomo did, and then 2 days later would pretty much mimic exactly what he did with regard to masking orders, putting people back into nursing homes. We had a nursing home in Paramus, New Jersey. It's a veterans nursing home, and so many people in that nursing home passed away. I have a former professor of mine from college that I'm still very friendly with, and his mother was put back into a nursing home. She did not have COVID, but she wound up getting it. And then they had her on some sort of a ridiculous writ where they said that they weren't to resuscitate her or give her any sustenance. And they left her in that condition for 9 days until he got a court order to forbid that. The other governors now are getting a pass, just like Governor Murphy is. No one has contested what he did. No one is out there complaining about what he did. And we can only hope now that our candidate for governor, Jack Ciattarelli, takes that task on and holds his feet to the fire.
Man alive. Yeah, and like I said, I think if this comes back in and if Cuomo's still in office, the press, if he's out of office, the press will cover it for one day and it'll be gone, and all those other governors that we've been discussing, they're off the hook. But if Cuomo's still in office, it becomes a liability for the entirety, in my opinion, the entirety of the Democrat Party.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, where real news for real people.